Hello you lovely lot and welcome back to my channel. Now, I was looking at the Etsy forum this weekend and there are a ton of posts in the forum about sellers losing sales, losing revenue. Quite a lot of people are freaking out about what's going on at the moment on Etsy. And yet when I go and look at these stores to see, well, why are they losing sales? What is going on? I always see the same problems cropping up again and again. There's no dark demon manipulating your store here, killing your sales and revenue. Yes, the market is quite tough at the moment. Yes, the global economy is in all sorts of ups and downs, right? But the Etsy marketplace is still there. There's still people shopping every day, and there's always reasons why your store sales are in trouble. Let me give you the top 5 reasons, and you really need to think about these for your Etsy store and say to yourself, do I have these reasons? Is this happening in my store? Let's get straight to reason number 1. This is a massive one. People complaining they don't have sales, they don't have revenue. I go and have a look at their store and this is what I find. Dull, boring products. Okay? Over and over again. You can't sell the same stuff as everybody else. POD t-shirts with the same slogans and comedy as everyone else, mugs with the same images and ideas as everyone else, right? You've got to be different. Dull, boring products will not sell. They won't sell because everybody else is doing them and you've come to the market in 2025 going, here's my dull, boring product, please buy it. No one's interested. No one's interested. You've got to be exciting. You've got to be unique. You've got to bring something for people to pay attention to you and say, do you know what? That's really nice. I'm going to buy that. You've got to get people to part with their money. Part with their hard-earned money like we do as customers, as well as Etsy sellers. This is a huge one. Over and over again, I see nothing unique whatsoever about the stores that are complaining about sales being killed or declining rapidly. That's the first one. Number 2, this is a massive one. And I see it over and over again. A general store. Now, people who watch my channel, you know I talk about this. Don't open and don't run a general store with no identity and no direction. By a general store, I mean selling POD t-shirts, mugs, hand-making stuff, all sorts of different ideas and niches and sub-niches in a melting pot inside a general store. Etsy hates these. Don't listen to anybody on YouTube that just says, yeah, open a general store. You can sell what you want. Technically, yes, you can sell what you want. Of course you can, but it's not going to work. The performance of your store will be poor because Etsy has no idea what your store is about. Please don't do this. General stores always perform worse than a nicely niched and sub-niche store with a clear identity and path. Let me give you an idea of a perfect niche and sub-niche. So the niche might be dogs, and the sub-niche might be top 10 or top 20 breeds of dog. So you've got an overall identity of the store, dogs, and then your sections in your store are the breeds of dog. And Etsy understands that. It looks at your listings and it looks at your store and it says, I know what this is about. I know who to serve this store to. Remember, Etsy is tracking every customer on its site, where they go, what they click on, what they buy, what they don't buy. It has a profile of customers for what you sell. Is this getting through now? If you've got a general store, your store's all over the place. It's just, there's no clear message. But if the message of what you sell and the meaning is clear and targeted, Etsy can push you to the right customers, the customers that are likely to buy your stuff. I know I bang on about this all the time, but I hope that helps explain it more as to why we should not be doing general stores. Okay, number 3, this is, I say every time it's a big one, this is a massive one. And really think about your store when I tell you this. Lack of listing movement. Okay? Lack of listing movement. People are complaining about lack of sales and then they say, I've not done anything different. I've not changed anything. If you don't change anything and you don't make something different, you'll just get the same result over and over again. If you're not having some kind of plan for listing movement is growing your store with listings, bringing new listings in, taking listings out. This is what Etsy's looking for, because remember, in another video recently, I talked about recency. If you're knocking on the now line, knocking every day with some kind of listing activity and movement, Etsy has to come back to your store and look at it to see what you've done, right? And if it's coming back to your store every day to see what the new activity is, your light or beacon of listing movement and activity is brighter and larger than stores that don't do anything, or stores that maybe did something 2 weeks ago. Do you see how it's so important? It's just like if you and I went into any shop to buy something and we saw the same stuff week after week, nothing moved, nothing changed, you get bored. You wouldn't go in there because you'd say, no, I don't want to go there, everything's the same, right? It's exactly the same for Etsy. It's looking for movement and activity. So ask yourself, when was the last time I consistently changed and moved my listings? Really big one, this. Real big one for stopping your sales being low and dying. Okay, next one. Cut off photos. This, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. This is a big one because Etsy's paying more attention to our photography now, what it looks like, what's in the shot. You know, does it make sense? Is it too cluttered and crowded? Don't cut off your photos of your products. I'd say 50% of the stores I work with have some products at least that are cut off. So what I mean by that is if you've got a chopping board, don't have a third of it cut off in the edge of the listing box. Or if you've got jewellery, don't have the bottom of a necklace cut off or the chain at the top. Make sure the product is fully in the shot so that Etsy actually knows what it is. And make sure, seriously, make sure you don't over prop your images. So many sellers do this. Really, every week I speak to sellers that over prop. Too many things around the product, trying to create a scene. I understand why you're doing it, I get it, but don't overfill the scene because Etsy won't actually know what it's all about and what's for sale. And you might confuse the customers as well and they won't know, right? Really, really important. Don't cut off your photos. Don't over prop. Okay, that's number 4. And the final one, this is probably the biggest one. People are moaning about dead stores and the store's tiny. The store's tiny. If you've got 10, 20, 30, 40 items, normally this just isn't enough anymore, right? I always talk about getting to 100 listings with really, really good reason. You get more visibility, you get more attention, you will make more sales. If your store's under 50 listings and your store is dead and you haven't done anything and all these, or some of these things are affecting you, you've got to grow the store. Just try to get to 100 items or as far as you can. I know some of you can't do it. Just do your best. Have a target. What can you do? You know, what number can you do from where you are now? And it doesn't matter if it takes you 6 months or a year, right? Just commit to the number, not so much to the time. Don't worry about time. Commit to a number you can grow on. It's really tough now and we've got to get better and do better. Small stores, huge killer of Etsy sales. Let me know if this helped you. Let me know if you want to see more content like this. And as always, if you want to work with me, don't wait, don't guess. The booking now button's coming up on your screen. Takes you to a one-to-one calendar link to book with me a free Zoom call so I can talk to you about how I can help you in paid consultations and mentoring to further your Etsy business. I look forward to catching you in the consultations and catching you in the comments. Cheers.